Ball State's lead is 4 midway through the second half. David Ehow, we just talked about it. Bench play has just been so critical for the Cardinals. Neither team's leading scorers have really gotten going. Jeremiah Davis has been huge. Jeremy Tyler has been huge. Then you look on the flip side, Trayvon Thibodeau has been huge. You've gotten some uncharacteristic performers on both benches.
Yeah, you really have. And let's see down the stretch, can either of the team's big guns come alive here offensively?
Ball State with bench guys in out of the timeout, and Sean Sellers answers the call.
Both coaches have done a fantastic job. Points after timeouts today. The execution of the plays has been terrific both ways. That time a set play backdoor for Sellers.
Hill too far underneath, nowhere to go. This is Gill, only with 1 bucket today. 13 points per game this year. Shot clock at 5. And that's over the top. You know, Sean Sellers, bench guy who used to be a starter for Ball State. You talked about him right off the top. Somebody Ball State needs to get going. So if it's not going to be Weber or House, Sean Sellers is somebody that today and in the future needs to be in that mix.
Well, when we talked at the outset about splitting minutes, typically one guy would play 12 in that first half, the other guy 8. Ryan Weber struggling today, so Sellers picking up additional minutes here in the second half.
There's Davis cycling it back out. Sean Sellers 10 minutes per game down on his average from last year when he was Mid-American Conference Freshman of the Year. Shot clock already at 6. House has some handles. Just missed the bunny, but how about Franco House's athleticism to get there? And then running the floor, both Broyles and Davis. And some sportsmanship for Jeremiah Davis. Got back on defense. Knew he hit Broyles hard and helps him off the ground.
Yeah, great look ahead by Thibodeau. Defensive mistake for Ball State to allow Broyles to get behind you, but Jeremiah Davis, something he's done so well is getting blocks from behind, but Broyles went down hard. He's going to go to the free throw line, just 52% on the season.
It's not often a 6'4" guard averages a block a game. Jeremiah Davis. So here's Broyles. 4 points, all in the first couple of minutes. Still 4 points, all in the first couple of minutes.
Well, we talked about the formula, Joel, for winning on the road. If you're New Orleans, you get these opportunities. You're in the bonus with the 10-minute mark. You've got to take advantage and knock these in.
See, Broyles' right thumb is wrapped in black tape. And you wonder how much impact that has. He missed the second one. Broyles missed the opener at Bowling Green because of that thumb injury. And a foul with Davis driving. And Sellers hit the 3.
Well, Joel,
won't count.
We'll ask our Dan Wolford from Stats R Us to mark that down at 45-39. 2 missed free throws for New Orleans. If Ball State's to knock one in here, possibly a 3, it could be a huge swing in this ball game.
Registered trademark, by the way. Stats R Us. Well, Weber comes back in off the bench, so Sellers just hit a 3 that doesn't count and goes to the bench. And I believe we've got another clock issue. So Kyle Ingram will make his pilgrimage back over to the scorer's table.
You know, it's interesting, Joel. So much has been made about the reduction in the shot clock from 35 to 30 this year.
Well, if you start it later, then it's actually still just 35.
It's one way around the system. But, you know, saw some interesting statistics from Ken Pom this week is the average possession in college basketball still hovers around the 17-second mark. So it's not as if you're reducing, you know, has made a tremendous impact. It has led to more possessions and scoring is up, but it's not as if teams are taking a phenomenal array of time to get shots up as opposed to last year.
Taking a lot of time to have these two teams get back together. This is the series history you see between New Orleans and Ball State. All 3 going to New Orleans back in the 70s and 80s. And how about that last score, 1970, David Ehoff? 103-87. Ball State's only played a Southland Conference team 4 times. Those 3 against New Orleans, and then also played Houston Baptist back in the 70s. The trick is that at the time of all 4 of those games, none of those teams were in the Southland. So this is actually the first meeting between Ball State and that conference.
And there is a Ball State connection in the Southland Conference. John Williams, who was a terrific player here, played on the '81 NCAA team, was later one of my assistant coaches, is the athletic director at the University of Incarnate Word, a member of the Southland Conference.
One of the newer Division I teams last couple of years. Southland is one of the leagues that has really undergone a makeover with conference realignment.
And with that shot clock issue, affords Coach Whitford another points after timeout opportunity.
House hesitation. Shot clock at 5. Back to Franco House. And he traveled. Turnover number 11 for Ball State, albeit just the second in the second half.
I tell you, they've really done a terrific job crowding Franco House, and wherever he turns, there's a second player. That time it was Fry doing a great job on the help defense. That turnover now, number 11. Only 2 in the first 10 minutes, however, in the second half. So we talked about adjustments, something the Cardinals needed to concentrate. A much better job here in the second half.
Kristavius Gill, step back, the 3 wasn't there. Now Zeno into Calhoun, the fadeaway or fall away, and Bo Calhoun the rebound.
Terrific job. Bo Calhoun bodying up there without fouling, forcing the miss.
11 Bo Calhoun rebounds. Another steal though. Chasing it down, Kiapwe saves it. Under his own bucket, it was risky.
Brian Weber.
House couldn't find him, open in the corner. Weber's still there, now he moves. Cardinals reset with time. This is House on Zeno. The slow back down into 4. Davis. Whoops. Well, the good news is he has some film to send to the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's right, the confetti. Even Jeremiah got a little bit of a laugh out of that one.
There is a Ball State player on the Globetrotters, too, so he's got somebody to call.
And, of course, he says, I need the towel for my hands. You would expect that.
Got to get the stickum off.
Well, no sooner we talk about the fewer amount of turnovers that it's gotten contagious. 2 in the last 3 possessions.
Kristavius Gill gets the screen. Calhoun hedges it. Gill to the bucket. Shot is swatted out of nowhere. And we've got a foul on Ball State, the block.
Yeah, look at Trey Moses again protecting the rim. Kind of got away with one there, grabbing the net. I thought they might call that a goaltending, but no call.
Foul on Ryan Weber, his second. Trey Moses now has 8 blocks in the last 3 games. He's averaging a block and a third per game, 1.3 blocks per game. The best by a Cardinal since 2009-2010 when Terrence Watson was 3rd in the Mid-American Conference. But this is how much this program has lacked that interior presence until now, is that was also the last time a Cardinal appeared in the Mid-American Conference leaders, top 10, 5 years ago. So Moses much needed for James Whitford.
Well, it really is. It affords your guards the luxury of playing a little bit more pressure defense, because if you get beat, you got somebody there to help you out, which is a luxury Cardinals haven't had for quite some time, as you mentioned. Big possession here. Ryan Weber still no points here this afternoon.
He's guarded by the freshman and Cameron Reed. Trey Moses' high school teammate. Louisville, Kentucky. Shot clock at 7 for Niall Smith. Wide open Kiapwe. Can't lose him. They got lucky. And the loose ball to Weber. Wide open, he puts it in. 10th offensive rebound for Ball State.
And the 9th second chance points. Weber at 6'6". You kind of lose sight of how big he is with his 3-point shooting.
And the first bucket for Weber in the ball game. Falling through traffic, no foul. Boy, how about Kevin Hill? Just efforting it up there. But Ball State's lead is 6 and Weber is open. Ryan Weber is open.
And Joel Hill was slow to get back. He took the shot at the offensive end and just did not get back and found Weber courtesy of Kiapwe. Huge swing right there. 5-point swing.
Gill kick for Fry. That would have been a big three. Rebound, Thibodeau. That's going to draw a foul. The lead at its largest, 9 points for Ball State. Cardinals stretching things, defense into offense, and Ryan Weber's motor is going.